So today we're going to be talking about adding somebody else onto a mortgage. Most common situations are we've got a couple, they're living together, and for whatever reason somebody within that couple is not currently on the mortgage and they want to now go on it. So what we're looking at doing there is what we call a transfer of equity. That means that we're going to transfer a proportion of the equity that's in the property onto another person that's currently not on that mortgage. Now, it's not as simple as just ringing up the existing lender and saying, look, I want to add this person onto the mortgage. They send you a form out, you sign it, and that person's added on. Okay, so what the lender's going to want to see is, can the person that's been added onto that mortgage fit our affordability criteria and also our lending criteria? And the main thing that they're going to look at is your pay slips, your bank statements, and also a copy of your credit report. They will look at your credit score through one of the credit reference agencies to make sure that you're fit and proper to go on that deal. Now, if you're at the process of remortgaging, it may be worth waiting until that point to do it, because it can be a little bit easier, and sometimes it does make sense to do it that way around. So if you're coming up to a remortgaging point, maybe that's the time, and it's exactly the same thing. They're going to assess your creditworthiness, your affordability, to make sure that you are suitable to go on that mortgage with your existing partner. Okay, so the things to watch out for, as I said before, is credit history. Obviously, if you're that person that's adding someone onto a mortgage, you need to make sure that they're credit worthy. So if we were a broker looking at that, the first thing we'll do is take a look at the credit report for you, which we do in any event, just to make sure that that person going onto the mortgage is not going to have any issues for you and them going forward. Also, we need to be looking at how that property is going to be established. Are you going to transfer into tenancy in common or into a joint tenancy, which we'll explain more about if you want to ask that question as well. Also, maybe consider the stamp duty. Is there going to be any stamp duty payable in that event? I have had a situation before where we've added a person onto a mortgage and they've owned another property in the background, a buy-to-let, and they've had to pay stamp duty going forward onto that next property as well, because they moved out of their residential, transferred it to a buy-to-let, and then had to pay a proportion of stamp duty. So just a couple of things to watch out for, a couple of little caveats there. I hope that's helped. If you've got any questions, feel free to fire away and ask.